Everyone deserves their own oak tree or fig tree or grapevine to stand under, and no one, someone say no one, will make them afraid. And so I want you to agree with me today. Again, I didn't introduce myself, but it's Reverend Gregory Theodore Manning. Gregory means watchful one. Theodore means lover of God. Manning is the name I got from my enslaved owners, the ones that enslaved my family. But I tell you today that whoever comes into this space, we will not make them afraid. My name is Gregory Manning, Reverend Gregory T. Manning. I am the pastor of Broadmoor Community Church in New Orleans, and I also lead several organizations such as Justice and Beyond, Greater New Orleans Interfaith Climate Coalition, and so overall I'm a community activist. We stand here to say that we represent a people that are declaring that no one should make anyone to feel afraid. New Orleans has been in a housing crisis now for several years, really very much since Hurricane Katrina in 2005. When you talk about systemic racism, it's about dominance, it's about oppression, it's about power. And so when I think about what I'm up against, as I fight petrochemical industries along the river, they're dominating over black folks who have inherited that land from their enslaved ancestors. When I think about the houseless that are in Duncan Plaza defecating on the ground, they're up against those who have established, retail places and huge condos and not housing that is not affordable to the average citizens in New Orleans who are not even making a living wage. When I think about all of this, when I think about the sanitation workers that I'm working with, who are getting paid $10.25 an hour to pick up the nastiest filth in our city that no white person would ever touch. When I think of things like that, I think about the fact that there is a stronghold in this city that depends upon that is maintained by consistently keeping black folks suppressed and oppressed ever since the first enslaved were brought and auctioned off right there in the French market.
I'm a recording artist, a radio host on WWOZ, and an activist. I mean, I couldn't have designed this. Like, no one could have designed a global pandemic and then an uprising of what I don't think is black people uprising because of repression and suppression and oppression, but I see it as lots of young people that are starting to see another narrative, one that's different than what they've been taught in their homes, one that's different than ones that they've been allowed to experience in their daily lives. I think it's a privilege to be an artist at this time, and so I want to use my powers for good. I want to create a new reality that is really special and that takes the best parts of this. Change is happening now because a lot of people in a lot of places are very uncomfortable with the social order of things. And these people, they're not going to stop until, justice is met.
And I thank Sister Cole because I have had the privilege of standing with her on the battlefield fighting against houselessness in the city of New Orleans. We have continually protested in front of City Hall. We're about to start getting some houseless people into houses. And Mr. Curtis here, and we've been working, y'all. We've been standing in front of City Hall every day, and we've been going round and round in circles saying the 23rd song, yelling and screaming. A change is going to come. Somebody say a change is going to come. Come on, say a change is going to come. We've got to believe that. I know that with all of my heart
As I look at you and I feel hopeful, I know in my heart a change is going to come.
I sing that song hoping that this is the last space where we have to sing that song like we're going through it, and we can sing that song like, remember that time? Yeah.
I think it is our duty to continue to fight for the freedom that we have not fully ever been given. And so I'm proud to be on that battlefield, honored that God uses me, and honored for everyone that I get to walk alongside. Is what makes us New Orleans, that there is a celebration that goes along with grieving. The grief turns to joy. And that's what we have to remember, that this grief here will turn to joy and has to turn to joy.